Hi guys, it's Aegis here. So today I'm here with a deck profile. Uh, since it's quite hard to actually go out in Hong Kong nowadays, with the new government restrictions, we like in the public places like shops or anything, we can only have 4 people in the place. So basically, most card shops now are doing sales only and won't open their spaces for playing. So my friends and I don't have a actual real place to play, and my friends don't have the webcams, which I do, but they don't. So I can't actually uh, like use the remote way to play with them. So that's why I just can't make fight videos just yet, but probably the restrictions will be expired very soon. It was told to be 14 days, so it's already half of the period. So uh, just probably will be better when the new set release, which is next week. So hopefully I can update the deck and do some fight videos. But for now, since we have the Nectar starter released, so I've decided to try using the old stuff, mixing with the starter, and see what I can get. So let's get into it. So this is a pre booster release profile, and I will make one after the set release when we have another Ahsha, when we have the Antero, all this stuff, and I will make another deck. But for now, I will just play with this one, and if I get a chance to record any fights through online or anything, then of course I will post it up as well. So for the starter, first I'm running the new starter because, well, one, I don't actually have any foil version of any Neotech starter, so anyone is actually fine. But this one do remind me to get a quick shield, so until I get used to it, I rather just have the text on the card so I can remember. And then I'm running 4 of the Ahsha, and well, since this is a test for the new starter, so Ahsha will still be our main. Her skill to build a plan token and get 10k for herself by counterblasting 1, and as long as you retire 3 regards once per turn, you can call a Ahsha Flower Fairy token, and this deck will be mainly focusing on plan tokens and fairy tokens. So the main goal you need to do with this deck is to make sure you have at least 1 flower fairy token on the field. You don't need to have 2, but if you have 2, that's even better. But if you only get 1, that's fine too. So that's how we trying to make Ahsha, and through this way I am actually thinking your forced option can actually go to force 2, because Ahsha will get 10k when you ride her to and you use the skill to call a plant token, so she will get 10k already, and that 10k will get carried over to flower fairy token if you can get one out. So more crits, more pressure, and this deck will run a little bit more crits, so this will also help things going. But it's up to you. You can also use force 1 to like keep building your power, and then when you got crit, you just put on Ahsha so it can be shared with the flower fairy tokens. That works too. But if you want to be like give your opponent damage faster and you are riding grade 3 first, then I think you can use force 2. And then as a backup plan, I'm using the Apple's Dragon Sephiroth. Main reason is if you don't get your Ahsha and you ride Sephiroth, all your plant tokens that you call will be 10k attack, 10k shield with boost with intercept. So can protect you a while until you get into Ahsha. And Sephiroth's skill is an active skill. As long as you retire one regard, you can call 2 plant tokens. And if you have 5 or more regards during the turn, this unit will get 10k. So if you're using Force 2, trying to push, even as if regard, Sephiroth can still give you 2 tokens, which you only need Sephiroth itself or another unit. Then you can have 3 units to sack to get a Flower Fairy token. And then even though if you can't ride Ahsha, Sephiroth can still give you 10k attacker, 10k shield intercept, 10k booster, whatever you want, as long as you're willing to kill a regard. So I think Sephiroth in here do a better Vanguard function and also doing a better backup grade 3 regard option. So that's why I picked Sephiroth. And since we will be playing a lot of tokens, so I'm still running one of the Fruits Assault Dragon, because during our turn, this unit's power will get the original power of the regards, grade 0 regards that we have, which Flower Fairy tokens. If we take a quick look here, of course it's grade 0 and it's a 13k, so just having a Flower Fairy token here, your Assault Dragon will be 26k, so won't hurt at all. And you can just, like, if you are placing a second Force 2, then you can place your Assault Dragon there, Flower Fairy token here, and your Ahsha here. So assume this is the Force 2, like that. Then these 2 already have a Force, so they will get 2 crits, and your second Force can put here, and it's still a high power with crit. So that's why I think Force 2 is something that possible you can use, and when I test, this probably will be my direction to go with. That's why I think this dragon is still useful here. Then to test the new cards, I'm running 4 of the Kara, mainly because it's not a once per turn to call plant tokens, and she can call 2, which instead of killing a regard, you just need to counterblast 1. So there's more options for you to build up your Flower Fairy tokens with Ahsha. And as long as you have a regard with the same name as Vanguard, this unit will not be retired by effects and always get 5k. So again, another options when you have your Flower Fairy tokens and her, and you play your Kara here, then she basically is not that easy to kill because it's 15k and cannot be retired by effects. So they need to somehow bind them, or they need to find a way to attack it, which, because it's 15k, then it's easier for you to cut. So still very strong, and even with the main setup, I think I will still put Kara in the deck. Then I'm running for Timba, mainly because the new setup stuff is not really out yet, and this can still call you a plant token, so this deck is still a round token. I think it's still a good option, and you likely not want to ride Kara, so Timber can also give your next plant token to be a 10k one, so still a very good advantage to get. And then I'm running for Sylvia, which I think she will be retired from the deck very soon after the new set is out. But for now, since I need to keep building tokens for Ahsha to kill, and if I run into Sephiroth, I want to have a lot of plant tokens so they are like 10k powerful. So for now, I'll still be running Sylvia, and another reason that I run Sylvia is because I can basically sack her for effects without a lot of thinking. Because if I'm on Sephiroth, then I can just call a Sylvia out, call a 10k token, and then sack the Sylvia to call 2 more plant tokens. Then instead of a 5k shield, I now have 2 10k shield on the field. So for now, since there's a lot of action still involving plant tokens, and I do want to save cost for example, Kara, if I need to call more plant tokens to kill and I need to keep calling stuff, then I will need that. And if I need to keep using Ahsha's skill, then that's another like 3 to 4 counter blast. So just keep a way to use more plant tokens. But when the next set is out, I will probably replace her with Antero, and Timba will also be replaced by something else. But for now, to keep the plant tokens, like keep coming to generate plant tokens, that's the way that I set up my grade tubes. And for grade 1, first I'm running 3 of the Maiden of Blue Lace. She's important because she's also another way to give you plant tokens. So we have, for example, here, counter plus 1 to call, counter plus 1 to call, set 1 to call, 3 to call, 3 to call, and now I have a soul blast 1 to call. So as long as I have counter blast, I have soul blast, or I have these guys, I will have the plant tokens. And the more plant tokens that I get, the more powerful my Fruit of Sword Dragon will be. So still great. Then I am running 2 of the Miraca. Still very useful on your first turn, because you can just Soul Blast 1 to call a plant token out. Since in the V era they don't have the skill to pull out from Soul, so more booster always still better for you to hit a lot of good numbers. So I still put Miracle in, but not too much, because I might actually put her aside when the new set is out. But for now, she's still here, but I don't see the need of 4. Then another way to call plant tokens will be Fruit Basket Elf. So she also get the plant tokens 5k if my Vanguard is grade 3 or higher, and I can call up to 2 as long as I Soul Blast and retire her. So yet another way to get good plant tokens. And then I'm running 3 of the Momo Small Peach. So when I am thinking of this deck, I didn't actually put her in, but after I see the rulings, if I can find it, I will put it right here. But what basically it says is, for Flower Fairy tokens, they do have a skill when they attack. Flower Fairy tokens will copy my Ahsha Vanguard's power and crits, so and become exactly like that. So for example, you attack and you boost, then if your Ahsha is 23k with 2 crits, then even though this adds up will be 21, it will not add the extra 10k that Ahsha get, but it will fix the whole calculation to 23 with 2 crits. So basically this one goes in and then this exactly become that, so it will kind of cancel out. But with your peach here, if you have 5 or more units, when this card boosts by Soul Blasting 1 during the turn, this unit will get 10k. So what basically will happen is, if you boost your Ahsha Fairy token with Peach, first you will resolve Ahsha Fairy token skill by getting the power of Ahsha and crit of Ahsha, and then cancel out the 8k boost. But then after this skill is done, is resolved, then the 10k extra boost comes in and you actually get the 10k. So she becomes a 10k booster for Ahsha Fairy token, which for now is probably the only way that you can give your Fairy token more power instead of copying what Vanguard has. That's why this deck is still trying to make a Flower Fairy token works. So I think for now a Peach is still important here. That's why I'm running 3 off. I don't think I need 4 because I'm not seeing myself having more than 1 Ahsha Fairy token on the field, which would be great if I have 2, but I don't imagine myself getting there. And then I have 2 Maiden of Happy Phone. Again, another way to generate tokens. Then entering triggers, I'm running 5 draws and 7 crits and 4 heals. I was thinking 8 crit, but since I can now go with Force 2-way to play the deck, and Flower Fairy tokens will copy the crit from Vanguard. So to try giving myself a little bit more room for draws, to have more guarding power, I think it's always great, because most of the time my field will be filled up with plant tokens, and unless I'm facing a retiring power, like retiring skill heavy deck, I should be fine with my field, and I can just keep my great ones as shield and use them to guard. So, or even if I'm using the upgraded plant tokens, then I can just intercept with them with as a 10k. So keep refueling my field is important, and I need the pieces. So I'm running 7 crit 5 draws, which I still find I like the most. Yep. So this is the deck. Again, this is a pre-booster build, so expect it to be changed when the set is out next week, and of course I will be unboxing with my friends, hopefully, as long as our time matches and the store can handle 3 of us in the shop, then everything will be fine. And hopefully, again, when the government restrictions is kind of cool down, then, or maybe I can get myself to try to play it online through maybe like remote fight, or maybe find other friends who got webcam able to do that with me, then I can actually test it out. Or the upcoming Ahsha build coming out, then we can see. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be the new set unboxing. Signing off.